Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything's going to be okay. Today I'm going to be showing you kind of a special exotic planet in No Man's Sky that I discovered with my friend Jacob in our multiplayer live stream the other day. It's called a Sporal planet. It's a type of exotic planet that's been in the game before, but it seems that Hello Games have changed them because I don't think they had brightly colored grass before. So as you can see, this planet is blue. So we're going to go down and check it out. And I think I'm going to build a base there. Because it's a pretty cool planet and I want to be able to come back to it anytime. I named it Pandora, because my friend Jacob likes to name bluegrass planets Pandora, so I named it that for him. So as you can see, it's the type of exotic planet. I've done a video on this type of planet before. Let's wait till the grass loads in. Okay, yeah, so it's got blue grass and also blue dirt. So I'm pretty sure this type of exotic planet wasn't this brightly colored before, and I've seen some other people discovering some brightly colored versions of this type of planet since Beyond. And the other thing is, it now has bushes. This type of exotic planet did not have bushes before. It just had these floating egg-shaped ceramic objects. But now there's just regular bushes growing here in addition to the grass. So it seems that Hello Games have changed these planets. Oh, and also the new plants that you can pick for the cooking system are also here. There's a sweet root right here. So there's new reasons to go to exotic planets because apparently they can have the cooking crops as well. And of course you can see there's creatures on this planet, these weird energy things, whatever they are. They look kind of like galaxies or solar systems floating around. So yeah, very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and make a base here since it's such a cool find. Grass is kind of aquamarine. I guess this spot is as good as any. I'm gonna make... Oops. Gotta remember the controls in not VR. I've been playing in VR all the time. This is my multiplayer save. I'm allowed to play non-VR on my multiplayer save. This is what my character is going to look like on my multiplayer save, I guess. At least until we get new heads. I'm guessing when we finally get community events, we're going to be able to maybe spend Quicksilver to get the new Traveler heads, because in the final trailer for No Man's Sky Beyond, they showed a bunch of players with the new Traveler race heads, but we still can't use those yet. They're not in the appearance modifier, so I'm pretty sure Hello Games is planning to have the new Traveler heads as rewards for community events, which Sean Murray has said they're definitely going to have community events. Cool, I've never captured a base screenshot before. That doesn't really that doesn't really seem to work in VR because VR doesn't have VR doesn't have photo mode, so I don't think you can take beast screenshots when you're in VR. Okay, now to rename it, I'm just going to call it Pandora, the same as the planet's name. Now, one thing I'd like to check out is if this type of planet can have the um, the boundary failure buildings. And also, a friend of mine told me that they were able to find ancient ruins on exotic planets. So it seems that exotic planets have had a lot of things added to them. Like they've got the cooking plants and new colored grass. So I'm going to fly around this planet a little bit, see if boundary failures are on them. Boundary failure buildings should be on it, since this is an inhabited planet and it's an exotic planet. Exotic planets have always had the boundary failures in inhabited star systems. But I also want to see if I can find any ruins or anything. Like any new buildings that weren't in exotic planets before. So we're just going to fly around a little bit, see if we can find any buildings. I could try using my... Oh, yep, there's one. There's a boundary failure. So this planet definitely has boundary failures. So we'll check that out and get some lore from it. Alright. Sure, it's the same lore as before. Eternal blinks awaiting input. Scenario: subroutine sentinel dispatched to intervene in lifeform designates blank war. Removal from history, continuation of creator protocols. Sentinels eradicate species. 148 do not return. Diagnostic error. Error. Data loss error. Analysis. Atlas is the blank. I know that later it reveals in this lore line that Atlas is the blank there. Atlas continues to express original program directives, growing its ability to model conflict scenarios. Redundant behavior, data loss troubling, potential loss of control, self-awareness. Oh, I got nanites! Oh wait, no, I think that was from clicking this thing. But that would be cool if you could get nanites from these now, because these have never given you anything except lore. But I'm pretty sure the nanites were for clicking the beacon for this location. That's something I've noticed, is that we get nanites whenever we click these location beacons. But I don't think it was from the boundary failure. That would be cool if they actually finally gave us a reward for finding boundary failures, besides just reading lore, but oh well. So anyway, that's about it. This is not a new type of exotic planet. There's no new types in the Beyond update yet. They might add them later like they did in the Visions update in the next era. But as far as we know, in the Beyond era, there's no new types of exotic planets. But they've obviously changed the exotic planets a bit, so that there's plants that you can harvest to cook with. They've got new, brighter grass. They may also have ancient ruins on them now, because a friend of mine told me that. So, pretty cool. They're adding things to exotic planets, so they're actually a bit more useful, because exotic planets were, always kind of useless. There wasn't really anything to gain from them, but now at least they're adding a few things to make them a little more interesting to explore. So, that's about it. This is Sporal Planet with blue grass. I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day. And remember, everything is going to be okay.